So guys, this right here, this is whiskey. I don't know too much about whiskey or anything, but I do know that they make it look really, really attractive. They have all these words, all these different things that they do, bourbon, sherry, and chestnut casks. Irish whiskey. It's Irish whiskey. Don't you want to go back and feel like your ancestors and have some Irish whiskey, some Jameson, triple distilled, triple cask? Look at the nice green color. It looks nice and fancy, but really, it is just poison. And I had gotten very, very addicted to this. It's dangerous. It makes you feel really, you're probably asking yourself, why do you even have this whiskey right now? Well, I did a favor for a friend, and he decided to get me a gift, which happened to be some whiskey. I don't know if he knows how addicted that I was to this stuff, but man, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Like I only had it for a few months, but the time that I did have it, it made such a big difference in my life. But ultimately, I had to give it up because although I know that I might pass away from unnatural causes, I certainly don't want this to shorten my lifespan or to give me any diseases or any major issues. So that's the main reason why I stopped. Now, I've been thinking to myself, am I going to throw it away? What am I going to do with this? Just give it back? Maybe I'll keep it. Maybe special occasions, maybe just a tiny little taste of it. But I don't know. Even that doesn't really appeal to me now. It's been a few months since I completely stopped drinking alcohol. Okay, I cheated like one time a little bit when I had gone out. It's like one of my I guess it was one of my three addictions that I kind of gained. Just kind of, living in this normie society, being isolated from any positive influence or anything that was good for me. The other two things that I got addicted to was tobacco, and I also got pretty addicted to coffee. Those three together, they create such an insane combination. The whiskey, it just calms you down, turns you into a calm, bubbly, happy person, which I think I'm relatively happy without it. But what it does to me when I do have it, it's ridiculous. Especially, it's going to sound funny, but with meeting and talking to girls, it's very helpful. And also, how are you going to meet girls? Where do you meet? Well, you meet them at the bar, or you meet them, out and about. And that's just the way that it is being an adult these days in the city. There's not really a whole lot of other ways to meet people or meet girls or do anything like that. So the alcohol, it helped in a lot of different ways. That's why it became so addicting. It probably wasn't just the feeling, but also the results that it would give my life socially and the benefits of that, because it's really easy to find people who want to drink. It's very hard to find people who want to be healthy and live healthy lives and, eat the raw meat and sort of stuff like that. So it's a very easy way out to drink the whiskey, to smoke the tobacco. You know that every time you do it, it's going to make you feel a certain way. Whereas if you're eating healthy, you have to rely on your health, your sleep, sunlight, and your willpower to kind of get through some difficult times. This can only really help you so much. This is a totally different animal. This will immediately give you those results that you want. This will give you the long-term health that will. It's never really going to do for you what the alcohol will do. But I don't know, guys. What are your thoughts on alcohol? Do you drink it like for fun, or do you have a little bit of it every now and then, or what do you kind of do? But for a while now, I've just kind of been keeping completely away from it. I might hang on to it. Maybe a little bit here and there would be nice. But for the most part, I'm going to stay away from it. I've been very, very consistent with the raw meat. Did some experiments with potatoes recently. Made some interesting realizations. With the potato, I actually noticed I would feel significantly hungrier. Whereas before, when I would eat nothing but raw meat, I could go the entire day until nighttime without being hungry at all. But when I started incorporating the one potato, no salt, no butter, no nothing, every day at lunchtime, I would be starving like Marvin, man. I'd be starving like a Ethiopian. I felt like I hadn't had food in like 3 weeks. But when I only eat this way, it's like a way more consistent fullness sort of feeling. But anyways, the point of this video, just kind of wanted to share with you guys something that I had struggled with, an addiction that I had had. The funny thing is about it is that I didn't drink until after I had tried raw meat. I had never really had any alcohol. Actually, that's a lie. There was one time when I was really young where I stole like beer. Okay. I stole some beer from I stole some beer from my parents because I was edgy. I was an edgy teenager. But I never really seriously drank to experience the benefits or, to be social or something like that. It was just something that I kind of secretly did a couple of times as a teenager. But these are some of the things that I had struggled with. I don't necessarily think that it's all horrible for you. The socialization aspect is really important. It definitely created some pretty fun memories that I can look back on. It's that long-term thing that kind of just scares me. I don't want to end up developing some kind of a disease because I decided to ingest a lot of different poisons. The goal is to surround yourself not with these people who think that drinking is the way to have a good time, but it's to find people who, see things more long-term. And I think that we don't need the alcohol, we don't need the tobacco in order to get that feeling that we get when we go out to the club or we go out to the bar. If we can create these kind of communities, if we can, build something where we can have fun with people without having to experience this sort of stuff, that's what I want to do. Because, man, this can't be the only way. This can't be the only way to go out and meet people or to have a good time. Like, we should be able, imagine, like, ideally, I don't know how we would do it, but, like, we have a community together. We have people who do this, eat a certain way. And every night, instead of going out and drinking alcohol and being a degenerate, we actually meet up and we eat healthy foods, maybe like around a bonfire. I don't know. It's just like some like picturesque sort of thing. We have a good time, eat high meat, laugh, get naturally high, avoid all this toxic stuff. And I don't know, just dreaming here, guys. I'm just dreaming at this point. But yeah, I thought it was an interesting thing, maybe a little like, prop for the video to have a little bit of whiskey. Maybe some people would be like, what's going on? Primalism's relapsing. I'm not relapsing. We're not relapsing, guys. The channel's not going anywhere. Okay. We're not doing it. But it's an interesting thing. In this modern world, it's a very useful tool. But hopefully, we can strive towards something different, where we can experience the joy that you feel when you're drunk and at a club or whatever, dancing around. Imagine dancing around to like actual good, positive music with people who, share the same values as you. I feel like it could be even better. But yeah, guys, kind of just what are your thoughts on this sort of stuff? Like, do you socially drink? Do you smoke? Like, what do you do? What do you do for fun? How do you meet people who are like-minded, who you want to be around? Because life's way too short to be surrounded by people who are who you don't agree with and stuff like that. Life is too short to be living a life that you're not completely happy with. Life is too short to be doing something that you're not completely satisfied doing. Life is too short to be trying to convince everybody that, this is the way to go and waste all of your energy doing that. But yeah, guys, these are just some thoughts that I had, having this big old bottle of whiskey sitting around. But I'm not going to drink it. Maybe a little bit on special occasions. I don't know. But maybe I ought to just throw it away. It's definitely not very helpful. Like I said, like ideally, life would be a lot different. Maybe we can make something like that happen. Maybe sometime in the future that could be possible.